Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. Today we're going to talk a little bit about visualization or any technique really that you're implementing, but I did have somebody comment and ask about visualization. So we're going to start with that and it's going to turn into, more of the same where we talk about consciousness and we talk about how to create your ideal reality. Um, so I don't think there's anything I need to let anybody know. Everyone's kicking butt. You're all doing great. You're amazing and I love you guys. Um, so okay, the subscriber commented asking about if I can guide them toward visualizing, like achieving or getting a job that they've applied for recently. So, with your visualization or inner conversations, and even your affirmations, if you're using those, with any of this, understanding that all they are is a tool to get you into the feeling state of that consciousness. So, like if I were applying for a job, if I were, or when I manifested my career change, this is going back 6 years ago when I manifested from working a full time job in corporate office for other people and then started doing coaching full time. That that manifestation didn't come from like I didn't even know coaching was an option. I wasn't a subscriber. I wasn't watching that stuff on YouTube. I had no idea people were coaching people on manifestation. The moment I found it was when I sent out a message saying, I would love to coach for your organization. And then it started from there. So it was a little bit different in the sense that I didn't have a clear picture of exactly what I wanted to do. But that's why it's so important for you to understand that it's not about what you're visualizing, it's about how you're feeling when you're visualizing it. It's not about what you're affirming, it's about how you're feeling when you're affirming it. And again, like I've said this before, but affirmations are just thoughts. It's not about what inner conversations you're focused on. It's about how you're feeling in that conversation. So for me, I wasn't visualizing anything specific. I was allowing myself to perceive the consciousness of a career where I was helping people, where I was working independently for myself from home, and where I was comfortable financially, and where I got to laugh a lot. And that was what I focused on. And I allowed myself to sink into what that would be like. And I definitely had ideas of what I thought it might be along the way at different points different points of this journey. But at no point in time did I have the conscious concept of being a consciousness coach or a manifestation coach that's talking about law of assumption and creation and any of that. That was not even something I thought of as a possibility. And then it literally fell into my lap. Like it just happened. So there's that, right? But if you have had an interview at a job or you know specifically what that job is, if you've gone into the building, you can start visualizing yourself in that building. You can start seeing your email signature with, the company name and the position being held. You can start just imagining yourself telling friends and family that you work for such and such a company and this is the role you play and that you love this job and it's super fulfilling. But again, it's not really about what you're actually seeing or hearing. It's how are you feeling when you're doing that? Because that's all you're doing. Like these are just tools to get you into the feeling state of that state of consciousness. They're just tools to get you to start feeling from the fulfillment of this career. So if this job is something that truly would fulfill you, then it should be effortless and easy because if you're focused on fulfillment, then everything's always going to work out in your favor. And you don't have to come up with the specific things. Like when you're focused on fulfillment, the the visualization or the inner conversation will come to you. It will be filled in by, effortless way of just focusing on fulfillment. So that's what I suggest you do. But, again, if you want to create yourself, like seeing yourself pull into the parking lot, seeing yourself walking into the building, seeing yourself in your new office or at your new desk or whatever the position is on the sales floor, like in the warehouse, like wherever you are, wherever it is you want to be, start feeling yourself into that. But whatever you're seeing, make sure it's bringing feelings about with it and persist until it does. Also, another great practice is, if you have, let's say you've been unemployed or you've been at a job that you don't like and you're very used to that unfulfilled feeling, take some time and space. And when you get into SATs, the state akin to sleep, take time and space before you start trying to practice seeing the fulfillment. Just meditate on I am. I am. Like, give yourself the space for everything to just be okay right now, that's how you detach from this other state of consciousness. If you're holding on to a state of consciousness that's, I'm struggling, I'm in lack, I'm worried, I'm scared. And if you're doing that, it may be hard for you to get into the state of, I'm fulfilled and here I am at this new career and I love my new job and I feel so confident and I feel so secure here. It might be challenging. So if it is, you want to create this space in between the emptiness, the void, the detachment of just, I am, and right now everything's good. You're just being, you're just existing, you're just aware that you're being aware. And you can detach from all the things you've been aware of. And in that space, it can be much easier to shift into the fulfillment. So that's my tip or suggestion for that, which, I mean, it came from Neville, but it's what meditation, that's what meditation is. Like, if we're really meditating the right way, it's not about a thought we're focused on or the breathing we're focused on. It's about pulling our consciousness away from everything and just existing, just being in the moment, just being present with the fact that you exist. And you're not thinking about, fear or worry or insecurity. You're not thinking about money. You're not thinking about even your children or your friends or your family. You're not thinking about getting the job or not getting the job. You're just existing. And in the now moment of existence, everything is always okay. And that's where you can tap into that internal fulfillment, that peace, that relief, and all of that stuff. So that's what I suggest for you guys. Your inner conversations and your visualizations, they don't have to be methodically planned out and detailed and, decided and then stuck to diligently. It should be a process of flow. It should be a process of creation and fun and spontaneity even, right? Like, your inner conversations, I used to plan them out and try to stick to certain inner conversations or certain affirmations. And that honestly just created more resistance. It created more anxiety. It created more frustration. It created more of me feeling like I was trying to change something, trying to control something. And as I allowed myself to just create the space to be still, to know that I am, to just exist, from there, all of the things that I, would have wanted to hear or would have wanted to experience just started to flood in, and I knew what they were. And they became more relevant or authentic to where I was or where I wanted to be, instead of, well, this is where I am and this is where I want to be. And I don't really know what it feels like because it feels unfamiliar, but I think it'll feel like this, or I think it'll sound like this. So I'm going to say this over and over again until I get the feeling. Like, that's a backwards way of doing it. And I'm not saying don't practice affirmations. And I'm not saying don't do inner conversations, but I'm saying do them from the place of stillness. You'll know what you need or want to think that will represent fulfillment. You'll know what you would want to see or hear that will represent fulfillment if you just give yourself the space to be. Period. You're just existing and everything's fine right now. Nothing has to change. Right now, all is well. And from there, you can feel it, right? I know you felt that. So it really is about being flexible with what shows up, because as the operant power, if what shows up appears to go against your manifestation, but you're the operant power, you aren't perceiving it as that way because nothing can go against you. There is no separation, and only consciousness is real. Anything that appears to be going against you is an illusion that you've created from trying to control what's out here. When you're trying to control what's out here, you're making it separate from you. It's not, but you're making it appear that way. That's how powerful you are. You're so powerful that you can create the appearance of separation when it's not real. And that's what you're doing when you're trying to change out here. You're saying, this is different, this is outside, this is separate, and I need to change it. I need to force and will and change it. And when you're in your power, you don't give a shit what's happening out there because you know it's all working out in your favor. And you know you're still getting your manifestation. You know your desires are fulfilled. You know only consciousness is real. You're not playing with the little kids on the playground anymore. You're on the upper playground. You're making it happen. You're good. You don't have to. It just is. You're fine. Okay? So, neutrality is an incredibly powerful place to be. That is your position of power, is being neutral in the center. Not being all the way over here with I'm not going to get it, I'm not good enough, and also not being all the way over here with I have to get it, it has to happen, I'm going to make it happen. Oh my god, I'm the operant power. Neutral. I know what's going to happen. I ain't tripping. I'm not worried about it. It's on its way. It's all good. Also, I got more important shit to do right now. I'm in this moment having an amazing fucking time. It's good. It's coming. I'm good. And I'm good. I'm always good. Right? All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next video. Bye.